My beautiful friends, the right color combination changes how light falls on your face. 8 color combinations for women over 60. Younger, elegant, expensive. Here's what I've discovered. The optical reason each one works. I'm also showing you how each combination works for your real body, with exact shopping shortcuts at 3 price points. Combination 8 is one I've never seen covered anywhere else, and you may already own it. For years, the same advice has circulated about color. Wear navy, wear neutrals, avoid black near your face. And honestly, most of it is correct. But here is what has always been missing. The reason why each combination actually works. Color combinations don't just follow fashion rules, they follow the physics of light. And light behaves in very specific ways when it interacts with the natural changes in our skin after 60. You deserve to understand not just what works, but why it flatters you specifically. When you understand that mechanism, something shifts. You stop guessing, and you stop coming home with pieces that looked completely different in the shop. You start making choices you can truly trust. Today's 8 combinations are all classics you may have seen before. But by the time we finish, you will understand each one at a deeper level, including the one placement rule that sits behind all 8, which I'll reveal at the midpoint. Let's begin. Combination 1. Navy and ivory. And here is the optical reason it works. Navy is a cool, deep blue that absorbs light. It recedes visually, pulling back and creating space in your look. Ivory does the opposite. Its warm undertone reflects light upward, directing it toward your face, your neckline, your expression. This is also why ivory matters more than white here. Pure white runs cool, and next to mature skin, that coolness creates a harsher contrast. Ivory produces a warm lift instead. For placement, ivory on top, navy below. That lighter color nearest your face draws the eye upward, toward your jewelry, your smile. For a fuller midsection, a longer ivory blouse worn over navy trousers creates a clean upward visual line. The waistline becomes effortlessly irrelevant. The complete look. Ivory V-neck or long line blouse, linen for summer, ponte for autumn, with a navy straight leg trouser. Nude or metallic low heel, a gold chain necklace. Navy tote or camel bag. For the shopping shortcut, at Target, search ivory ponte blouse women, paired with an old navy trouser. Mid-range, Talbot's ivory crepe blouse with Ann Taylor navy straight trouser. Investment, Eileen Fisher ivory silk. UK friends, Marks & Spencer, search ivory soft touch long line top. Warm undertones, seek ivory with a gold tint rather than a cool one. The next combination? A color many women hesitate to wear near their face. I'm about to change that. Combination 2. Soft gray and blush pink. Here's something I find genuinely beautiful about blush pink. Of all the colors in the spectrum, it sits closest to the natural undertones of mature skin. It doesn't create contrast with your complexion, it harmonizes with it, which is why blush near your face rarely reads as trying too hard. It isn't competing with you, it's extending you. The gray here matters too. Specifically dove gray, not charcoal, not slate. Dove gray provides just enough definition to shape the look without drawing the eye away from your face. You deserve to understand why this placement works. Blush nearest your face, dove gray below. That face-brightening color is where your gaze settles first, on your expression, your eyes. Broad shoulders, a V-neck or wide-open collar in blush softens that line beautifully. Loose upper arms, a 3/4 sleeve in blush keeps the brightening color near your face while the sleeve does its quiet work. Petite height, dove gray in a straight leg or slim cut, not wide leg, keeps the eye moving smoothly upward. The look, blush silk or jersey top, lightweight for spring and summer, a knit cardigan for the cooler months, with dove gray, wide leg or straight leg trousers, ivory low heel or blush ballet flat, pearl earrings or small rose gold hoops, a light gray tote or ivory leather bag. One note, avoid bright white shoes with this palette. It sharpens a combination that works precisely because it stays soft. To find this combination, At Old Navy, search blush pink long sleeve top, alongside a gray knit trouser. Mid-range, Phase 8 blush silk blouse with a Boden Dove gray wide leg. Investment, Eileen Fisher blush silk cowl neck. UK Friends, Primark for accessible blush, Marks & Spencer for gray. Search dusty blush V-neck blouse and dove gray wide leg trouser women. Deeper cool undertones, shift toward dusty rose rather than pale blush. It harmonizes without disappearing. Blush up, gray down. That placement is not random. There is a single rule behind every combination I'm sharing today. I'll give it to you fully at the midpoint. Stay with me. Combination 3, cream and camel. And this one reveals something surprising about why expensive dressing actually works. Here's the reason this looks expensive from across the room. When both colors belong to the same warm family, the eye moves across the whole silhouette without stopping. No sharp line, no visual interruption. The outfit disappears, and what the room sees is you. This is the principle behind quiet luxury dressing. Not a brand, not a budget, just the optical effect of tonal unity. The shape reads as one elegant whole. Of the 8 combinations, this one is the most universally forgiving. Here's why. Neither color is competing for attention, so the eye never fixates on any single part of you. For a fuller figure, a cream long line blouse or wrap top over camel trousers reads as one unbroken warm line from shoulder to hem. For arm concerns, a cream long sleeve over camel keeps that tonal continuity, and there's no visual break at the sleeve. Neither color draws the eye anywhere it isn't welcome. The look. A cream V-neck shell or wrap top with camel straight leg or wide leg trousers, camel kitten heel or tan loafer. Gold jewelry throughout. This palette is too warm for silver. A camel structured tote or cream clutch. Works beautifully year-round. Cotton or linen when it's warm. Wool or knit when it's not. Here's where to find it. Target camel knit cardigan with a cream shell. Mid-range, Chico's camel longline jacket with Ann Taylor cream shell. Investment, Eileen Fisher camel coat over a quince cashmere cream shell. UK Friends, M&S camel collection paired with white stuff cream blouse. Search camel wide leg trouser women and cream V-neck shell women. Cool undertones. Lean toward ivory cream rather than yellow cream, and a lighter camel keeps the combination from reading too warm. Before we move to combination 4, I want to give you something. There is one principle that sits behind every combination we've covered today, and every combination still to come. It changes how you think about all 8. I'm going to share it right now. My beautiful friends, here it is. There is one rule that sits behind every non-tonal combination in this video. Light up, dark down. Your lightest, brightest color always goes nearest your face. Your darker color goes below. Here is why. The eye always finds the brightest point in a visual field first and moves toward it. When your lightest color is near your face, that is where attention lands, on your eyes, your smile, your expression. Every great painting uses light to direct the viewer's eye. You are doing exactly the same thing with your wardrobe. Most of our bodies have changed, and that is not the subject of any apology. Using a darker color below is not about hiding anything. It is about using light as a direction tool, the way an artist uses it. You are not minimizing yourself. You are composing your silhouette with intention. You deserve to walk into every room with that knowledge. Every combination from here uses this principle. Let's see it work. Combination 4, burgundy and cream. Here is something I find genuinely fascinating about burgundy. It sits in the deep, warm red family, and warm reds do something that cool colors cannot. They reflect warm light frequencies that align with the natural undertones of mature skin. The result is that burgundy near your face enhances the warmth already there. Your skin looks more alive, not washed out. Cream alongside it is the perfect counterweight. Its subtle warmth softens the depth of burgundy without pulling it toward dramatic. Light up, dark down, cream nearest your face, burgundy below. The principle you now have is doing its work here. A burgundy midi skirt is one of the most graceful lengths for women at this life stage. It falls below the knee and creates a beautiful proportion regardless of height or build. For those who prefer trousers, burgundy wide leg with a cream cowl neck gives you graceful movement and soft face framing at once. Rounded shoulders, a cream boat neck, or a gently off-shoulder top creates natural width there, no padding required. The look: cream silk or jersey blouse with a burgundy midi skirt or wide leg trouser, deep tan kitten heel or burgundy loafer, gold jewelry, and particularly amber stone earrings or a bracelet, which sit beautifully against burgundy in a way most people never think to try. A cream leather satchel or burgundy evening clutch. This combination is strongest in autumn-winter, but in linen or cotton, it carries through the warmer months too. Shopping for this one. At H&M, search burgundy midi skirt women alongside a Target cream jersey blouse. Mid-range, Chico's Merlot trouser with Ann Taylor cream ponte blouse. Investment, Lafayette 148 burgundy wide leg trouser. UK Friends, M&S burgundy A-line midi skirt. For occasion dressing, Hobbs or LK Bennett, search Merlot wide leg trouser women and cream cowl neck blouse women. Cool undertones, choose wine or plum rather than red burgundy and swap cream for ivory. Combination 5 brings something I wasn't expecting when I first tried it. A pairing that looks like it should clash and somehow doesn't. Combination 5, soft teal and charcoal gray. And the optical reason this works is one of the most satisfying in color science. Teal and red-orange sit directly opposite each other on the color wheel. They are natural complements. When you place complementary colors together at full, bright saturation, they vibrate visually. They clash. But when you desaturate them, soften teal to a muted, dusty version, and neutralize the dark to charcoal rather than black, the clash disappears. What remains is the harmony. The eye finds this combination beautiful without being able to explain why. Light up, dark down, soft teal above, charcoal gray below. Teal has a subtle receding quality when it's desaturated. It creates visual softness on the upper body without compression. And charcoal is genuinely worth knowing about for its own sake. It is softer and warmer against mature skin than black, which can read harshly at the waistline. If you have trousers or skirts in black that never feel quite right, charcoal is the upgrade. Fuller figure, a draped teal blouse, not a fitted one, with a charcoal wide leg, creates a smooth visual flow from neckline to hem. The look: soft teal, cowl neck or jersey blouse with charcoal straight leg or wide leg trousers. Dove gray heel or teal loafer, stay within the cool palette. Silver or pewter jewelry. Gold adds warmth this combination doesn't need. A charcoal structured tote or gray leather bag, spring and autumn are its strongest seasons, though it works year-round with fabric weight adjustments. Here is what makes this feel expensive without any visible effort. It is the harmony of things that should conflict, resolved so quietly that no one can name why it works. That is the whole secret of muted complementary dressing. The retailers for this combination: Target soft teal jersey blouse with Old Navy charcoal pull-on trouser. Mid-range, Bowden teal cowl neck with Talbot's charcoal slim trouser. Investment, Eileen Fisher in both. UK Friends, M&S teal knit top with John Lewis or jigsaw charcoal trouser. Search soft teal cowl neck blouse women and charcoal gray pull-on trouser women. Warm undertones, choose a teal that leans toward blue-green and a charcoal with a slight brown undertone. Keeps the cool palette from reading cold. Combination 6 is one many women want to wear but haven't quite dared. That changes now. Combination 6, olive green and ivory. Many women love olive but hesitate to put it near their face. Here's exactly why that happens and how to solve it. Olive contains yellow, and that yellow component can compete with the warm undertones of mature skin, making the combination read as muddy rather than sophisticated. Ivory placed nearby acts as a brightness anchor. The eye reaches ivory first, creating a clean visual break between olive and your skin. The result is that olive reads as intentional, not dull. Olive below, ivory above, always. That placement keeps the brightness anchor exactly where it needs to be. The one exception that works beautifully: an olive wrap cardigan worn open over an ivory blouse. Because ivory remains visible at the neckline and chest, the anchor holds, for petite height. Olive slim trouser rather than wide leg, paired with an ivory blouse, keeps the vertical line clean. The look: ivory linen or silk blouse with olive straight leg trousers or a midi skirt. Camel flat or tan loafer, warm footwear bridges olive and ivory beautifully. Yellow or brushed gold jewelry, not rose gold, which can clash with olive's earth tones. An olive canvas tote for daytime, or a tan leather bag for an elevated finish. This one belongs to spring and early summer. Late March through June is its peak. What to search for? Target olive linen trouser with an ivory cotton blouse. Mid-range, quince olive linen trouser, which is genuinely exceptional value. Search quince olive linen trouser, paired with a J. Crew ivory Oxford blouse. Investment: Eileen Fisher, UK Friends, Bowden olive trouser with white stuff ivory blouse, or jigsaw for both. Cool undertones. Lean toward khaki olive rather than yellow olive. Dark warm skin. Olive is particularly stunning. The contrast is naturally harmonious. Combination 7 is the one I'm asked about most often. And every single time, the reaction is the same. This is the combination that surprises almost every woman I share it with. And once you understand why it works, you will see why it is impossible to dislike. Chocolate brown and powder blue, warm earth and cool sky. The two most dominant color groupings in the natural landscape. Autumn leaves against a clear sky. A terracotta pot on a blue afternoon. Our visual systems have processed this pairing for millions of years, which is why, when you put these two specific tones together, the eye reads them as inherently harmonious. Not studied, not coordinated, just beautiful. The tones matter here. Chocolate, a warm, medium dark brown, not black brown, and powder blue, a light, slightly muted blue, not navy, not bright. Here is what makes this combination unique among all 8. The placement works equally well in either direction. Look A, powder blue above, chocolate below, face bright, classic, elegant. Look B, chocolate above, powder blue below, relaxed, modern, still beautiful. For a fuller figure with look B, a chocolate longline top over powder blue trousers creates a continuous, elegant line. Look A, powder blue silk or jersey blouse, chocolate straight leg trouser, camel heel, gold chain, chocolate bag. Look B, chocolate knit top, powder blue wide leg trouser, ivory flat, small gold jewelry, ivory tote. Year-round, but autumn is its peak. Chocolate wool and powder blue cashmere is this combination at its finest. For shopping, target powder blue crew neck with a chocolate ponte trouser. Mid-range, Ann Taylor powder blue v-neck with Talbot's chocolate trouser. Investment: quince cashmere in both colors, genuinely exceptional value for a luxury fiber. UK Friends, M&S or Bowden powder blue top, jigsaw or Hobbs for chocolate. Search powder blue v-neck sweater women and chocolate brown wide leg trouser women. This combination flatters warm, neutral, and cool undertones equally. It is one of the most universally wearable of the 8. And now, combination 8. I have been waiting to share this one. What I'm about to share is not in any other color video I know of. I found it through my own exploration, looking specifically for combinations that work for women at this life stage. Terracotta and soft white. Terracotta is a warm red, orange, brown. Red, orange, brown, and yellow, all present at once. Of all the colors we've explored today, it sits closest on the spectrum to the natural warm undertones of mature skin. This is the optical principle I find most beautiful of all 8. Terracotta doesn't contrast with your complexion. It extends it. You appear to glow from within, as though the color is coming from you, not from your clothing. Soft white nearby provides the brightness. Not brilliant white, which reads cool and harsh next to mature skin, but soft white, with its slight warm undertone. Warm brightness, not cold glare. Soft white above, terracotta below. Light up, dark down. The white creates upward momentum that is particularly beautiful for petite women. For a fuller figure, A soft white long-line blouse over terracotta trousers creates a warm, uninterrupted line. And for softer upper arms, a 3/4 sleeve in soft white brings that brightening color near your face, while the sleeve takes care of the rest. This is the most body-inclusive combination in this video. The look: soft white linen blouse or cotton button-down with terracotta linen or ponte trousers, camel flat, tan loafer, or a terracotta block heel, gold with warm stones, amber, coral, or carnelian alongside terracotta is especially beautiful. Terracotta tote or tan leather bag. This one is easiest to find in spring and summer. Save your searches for March through August when terracotta linen collections arrive. The search terms: terracotta linen trouser women and off-white linen blouse women. Target a new day terracotta trouser with a soft white button-down. Mid-range, Bowden terracotta linen trouser with a Bowden soft white Oxford. Investment: Quince terracotta wide leg with Eileen Fisher soft white blouse. UK Friends, M&S terracotta linen or H&M off-white, white stuff or jigsaw for both. Cool undertones, lean toward rust rather than orange terracotta. The extension effect is gentler, still beautiful. My beautiful friends, you now have 8 combinations, the science behind each one, the body guidance, and the shopping shortcuts. Before I close, I want to leave you with one final thought. Here is what today gave you. Color is not decoration, it is direction. 8 combinations, 8 optical principles, all wearable, all real, nothing theoretical. The science, the placement, the shopping, it is all yours now. You do not just know what to wear, you understand why. The optical reason in every combination is always the same: directing light toward your face. That is the principle. That is why it works. Light nearest your face, darker below. One rule: 8 combinations, yours to use from today. And every search term, every retailer, every budget option, it is all listed in the description below, so you never have to hunt. If today gave you even one new way of thinking about color, or one combination you are already excited to try, I want to hear about it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 8 combinations already exists somewhere in your wardrobe? Because I genuinely believe it is very likely already there. You may simply have been missing the reason to put it together. And if you are ready to take this further, next week I am exploring the one accessory mistake that quietly undoes even the most beautiful color combination. You will want to know this before you get dressed again. Click here, and I will see you there.